Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing today? I'm so excited to be able to teach with you guys again today. Hello, Jet. Hello, Hadassah. Hey, Isabella. Hey, I know Mason. That's what I'm forgetting. Hey, Mo. Even though I was just talking to you, Mason. Mason, congratulations. Hadassah, Jet, Isabella. What's up, guys? How are you guys doing today? How has your week been? It's I missed you guys, not seeing you. I haven't seen you guys ever. Um, I missed talking with you guys since last Saturday, but I'm excited we get to do it again today. I have a bunch of extra special fun stuff today. Um, and also, if you didn't check the top comment, I wrote down like the supplies that we're going to need today because we're not going to be drawing on a tablet, or at least I'm not going to. So if you want to follow along, you can, but I'm not going to be doing it digitally. I'm going to be using traditional medium, and traditional means not digital, pretty much. Let's see. Uh, okay, sounds good, Hadassah. It won't let you talk. What do you mean, Jed? It won't let you talk. I could see your text, your messages right now. I don't think it'll let you talk to me like verbally out loud, audibly. That's the word. Um, oh, that's okay, guys. Even if you just want to send me the skeletons, that's what I got from Jet, I believe. He sent me his skeleton sketch, and it was pretty fun to check it out. So let's look at it. Okay. Oh, before we get started, actually, with today's game plan, um, oh, perfect. Your Apple Pencil is missing. I can't see them. I drew Baby Yoda. Ooh, Mason, I always love a good Baby Yoda drawing. Um, I just wanted to um, let you guys know that on Thursday I found out that I had COVID, or that I got COVID. Um, and so, fortunately, I think the worst of it, I'm hoping, is over, knock on wood. Um, but I pretty much slept for like 2 days straight, and um, and yeah, and now I feel low energy, a little bit headachy, on top of like my arm still being or my clavicle still being broken. So I've just been spending a lot of time resting and drinking lots of fluids. Um, but yeah, I think this is the first week that I've had symptoms, and so I'm just gonna stay quarantined for like 14 days. And I know, right? Um, and um, and then hopefully it should pass, and I should be back in full energy. I'll try to drink some Gatorade. Maybe I'll do a drive-through at CVS, Mo. Um, and thank you guys. I appreciate it. Love you guys. You guys are awesome, and I definitely this is definitely a big pick me up for me too. Um, and also it inspired today's class as well. And I kind of knew that I think, feeling kind of sick last week when I picked this class for to do collaging with Henri Matisse, or that was actually more because of my clavicle, and then now because I'm sick, it actually works out even better. You should do a week in your bed so you can't get anything hurt. All right, you should. I know, Jet, right? I mean, like I'm feeling like I'm running out of things that I can injure or get sick from now if I'm got COVID and a broken bone. Um, what's crazy is that exactly nothing stops morning cartooning. Exactly. Yes, you guys help me, um, give me the motivation. Um, yeah, I mean, I honestly wasn't doing too much already. I think I went out that one time to go skating, roller skating, and then that's when I got hurt. And I really haven't gone out and seen any friends really recently. Um, that I would get COVID from. So I think it was just, yeah, it's just as safe as you can be. Sometimes it's stuff still happens. So I think that's why it's important to be extra safe whenever you can. Maybe I should have worn my mask more, even like, I don't know, driving in my car. I always wear it in the grocery store, but maybe if I'm driving in my car or even going, I still wear it in the gas station too. I really don't know how I got it, but doesn't matter now. Um, Everyone liked the video. What's next, Stinky Feet? What? You're stronger than a virus. Thanks, guys. Anyway, yes, we're going to keep on going. And I personally think that when we go through trials like this, it can make us stronger, it can make us more creative, and it can make us more grateful for the things that we have. So, with that said, let's get on with our class. All right, so we have a morning game plan. So, if you're new, this is where we go over what we're going to do in today's episode. So we start off with an art review, which is where we I can't see their text either. You guys might need to just like refresh your YouTube window or your tab. I think everybody else can see it, I think, because everybody was talking before. Let me know if that works or if it doesn't work. I don't know what else I could do, but that's usually what works for me. So we start with the art view where we look at the art that we did last episode. And then we do our quote of the day, which I give you guys a quote and I read a quote and tell you a little bit about somebody who's like a creative or an artist or does something that could inspire us and get us into the right headspace, which will lead us into our morning mindfulness. If you see at the top of the screen, that's like our timeline. And the morning mindfulness, some people, I feel like they think mindfulness and like meditation is all like voodoo kind of crazy, like spiritual stuff. It doesn't really have to be. Some people do it like that, and that's cool for them. I definitely pray myself, but for mindfulness, that can just be like focusing your mind on the present moment, and that just helps you kind of be at peace and calm and aware of your emotions. It doesn't mean you have to necessarily be happy or sad or feeling a certain way. It just means that you are aware of the emotions that you're going through right now. And yeah, and that's a good spot to be in when you're drawing, because you should be aware of the emotions you're trying to put down on the paper, and you should use your emotions that you're feeling to create art. It can be just to get in the right mindset. Exactly, Mo. Just move the video up. You guys are so funny. Then we do, I put 2 different art icons for each class, and we'll see what they are as we go through the class, as we get to them. And then in between the 2 art activities, I do a karate break, which obviously I won't be able to do because my broken clavicle, and also because of being sick, and I'm currently sitting down for the first time, I think, in a morning cartooning episode. So yeah, and so that's that. But you guys can do karate break, and we can do a sensei says. And the reason we do a karate break is because it's important not only to have your mind kind of centered and focused and balanced, but also for your bodies to feel loose and feel not too tight or stiff. Tell Jet to fully close YouTube and go back. Jet, Mason is suggesting you close out YouTube completely. Maybe even close down the browser. So if you're using Chrome or like Safari, close that down completely and then hop back on. Oh yeah, well, I think he might be a little sick or under the weather too. But yeah, we do karate break so that we can keep our bodies loose, because you draw with your bodies, and so if you don't take care of your body, it's gonna change how you draw. I wouldn't say prevent. We're not there yet. Then we have our second art icon. Then I give you guys a challenge of the day, and we check to see if we have any morning mail. Now, the challenge of the day is like a challenge I give you guys after we finish class that you can do at home, because we're all at home anyway. And the morning mail is to see if we got any other extra art from any of our art students this week. And then we say our goodbyes. So our art review for this week was for our last episode, which was dinosaurs and dragon princes. And that was like a Netflix show. And so what we did, I drew the ones that are behind this one and then one above me. Let's see. Thanks, Hayden. I know, right? Well, I mean, yeah, I did. It's also, it came out of like me just wanting to do karate again, because I really wanted to start it up again before COVID happened, the pandemic, and then I couldn't. So I was like, well, I'm gonna do karate somehow. Um, and I always forget that that's you, Hayden. That's the great name though. Um, and let's see what we got. We got my skeletons that I drew from the dragons, which was fun. And then we took the actual real dragon skeletons and we drew over them to make like different versions of what they could look like based off of that like penguin meme where they said that the penguin skeleton looked like the Apatosaurus, the dinosaur with the really long neck, and that a penguin actually has a really long neck too, but it's all just covered in like flubber. But then you guys educated me and said that a dinosaur probably wouldn't need to have flubber like a penguin because it doesn't live in those same climates. But we still had some fun creating some. There we go. Some like a fuzzy, like a furry one, a feathery one, and then up top is like a sea creature one. But it looks almost like an elephant, like the Dumbo octopus, I think it was called. Excuse me. From a mythology for comic series I want to make. Oh, Isabel, I would love to see those. Definitely send those my way. And Jet, awesome drawing. I love. It looks like you made that skeleton too, and then you drew over a new one, which is really cool. Is that from? Oh, that was the one that you said that had the boomerang skull. Really cool. I love it. Very cool. Oh, Jet, I'm so glad you're back. Okay. Now for art review, you guys can be featured on next episode by sending me an email or tagging me on Instagram. Now, also, I want to show you guys. Let's see. Okay, here we go. I don't know if I've showed you guys this before. I definitely show a lot of my in-person students, but sometimes drawing can be intimidating, and sometimes it could seem like you don't. You're not advancing fast enough, or that you're not as good as other artists, and I just wanted you guys all to know that we all start somewhere, and usually that somewhere that we start is not the best, which is good because that means that we can get better, and that means we can still learn and we can try new things. Picasso was even changing his style well into his like 80s, and that was when he did the work that we know him for, but we don't really know the work that he did when he was like 13 or 14, even though it was really well done. But we know him for his like unique style, and so that's what you should be trying to aim for, is just doing art that's the most you, which is kind of cool because then it doesn't mean you can't really do it wrong then if you're doing art that's the most unique to you and it's just your artistic voice. You could always get better. Like I feel like my art is always getting better, but the art that's true to you, it's like you as a person. As long as you're trying to be the best person and the best version of you that you can be, there's not a whole lot. You're still going to make mistakes, but at least you know that you've been honest and truthful. And so I wanted to show you guys, this is one of my first sketchbooks, and it is funny that it was a dinosaur too on the cover. And I wanted to show you guys some of the early drawings that I did, and these are actually my drawings. Like I almost remember drawing some of these too. Oh no, the green screen. Okay, well, you can see some of those, and not all of these are colored in, so you'll be able to see these better. Here we go. So these are some of my drawings of animals and kids on a park, and let's see. And these are what my animals looked like when I first started drawing, when I was a kid. And yeah, they're not great, but let's hope I make it through this class. But I kept on drawing, and I kept on trying to draw. And this is one that I did trying to do some Star Wars characters, which you can see. It's Darth Maul, Princess Leia, and I started doing R2-D2 right here. Now you can see the green scribbles over Darth Maul and R2-D2. Those are my younger brother when he was really little, and that was his way, I think, of telling me that he disapproved of those drawings. I think he thought Princess Leia was all right, but I think the other two he said I can do better. So I think that's why he scribbled over them. Yeah, definitely am aware too that like sometimes little siblings can draw over your stuff, and that can be frustrating. You kind of just learn to roll with that, and hopefully share your sketchbooks with them too. Here's some you might recognize these characters. This is Arthur with oh man, I forgot all the names. I remember DW was the kid, was his little sister. And then also check out these. I have some Pokemon, and that was how I did the acronym for Pokemon. It's Pokemon, P-E-M. It's not how that works at all, but yeah. Yeah. Jet. Keep on. Maybe try a different browser this time instead, and make sure you're signed in. I think if you're not logged in, well, I mean you are commenting, but if you're not logged into a YouTube account, you won't be able to comment. I'm gonna show you a couple more. Here is Tarzan. This is the 2002, and then Inspector Gadget. I loved Inspector Gadget and like different kinds of gadgets like that. Buster was the bunny. Thanks. Okay, let's see what else. Okay, two more. I got Winnie the Pooh. Winnie the Pooh, WTP, which honestly they look pretty creepy. Like that bunny looks like from my nightmares. And the last one, I started to get better. You can see, was the Iron Giant, IJ, because Giant starts with the J, obviously, not a G at all. Oh, and then here were some of my dinosaurs from the Disney movie Dinosaurs and the monkeys. So if any of you feel bad about not drawing, oh, this is some Disney ones, which I feel like you guys would like too. There we go. I remember having a really hard time. Oh my goodness. This is like harder and harder. Okay, here we go. So that was supposed to be Aladdin, and ants, like A Bug's Life. Not ants. And The Little Mermaid. And it looks like she has a little beard too. Anyway. This is just to remind you guys that even the best artists started somewhere, and yeah, you just keep practicing, you get better, and if you don't like it anymore and you don't want to do it, that's fine too. I always liked art, even as frustrated as I was and I would definitely get frustrated with art, but I would always be able to come back to it, and even if I took like some time off, where I took like a month or two even. I think the longest I ever took from drawing was an adult, and I think it was like 3 months. But as a kid, I don't think I lasted like a day without drawing. But yeah, just keep on. This is thanks, Hayden. I like comparing Pokemon to the real. Oh, that's pretty cool. That's a good one. Learn Pokemon. Oh, that's cool. Gotcha. Oh yeah. When I went back home, I saw my old stack of Pokemon cards too. Did you guys have any rare cards? But yeah. Anyway, so keep on drawing. Don't give up. Unless you don't like it, then don't waste your time drawing. Do stuff that you like to do. But I always liked drawing, so I kept it up. And I personally believe that anybody can draw, and everybody has an artistic voice. So I think it's definitely always worthwhile to draw. I'm always fascinated by seeing what other people draw. All right, let me get my face out of here. Okay, so this is Mr. Henri Matisse. And unfortunately, in 1941, Henri endured a severe surgery due to intestinal cancer he had. The resulting wound led to a deficit in his abdominal muscles, so like his abs, near his stomach, and that kept him from standing while painting, lending him to be known as a collage artist who spends a lot of time in bed, which is pretty much what I've been doing recently. I've been spending a lot of time in bed, and the drawing part is still trying to figure that one out. But I'm gonna take a lesson out of Mr. Henri Matisse's book. Now, he said himself, an artist must never be a prisoner. Prisoner? An artist should never be a prisoner of himself, prisoner of style, prisoner of reputation, prisoner of success, etc. Basically, you can't let things hold you back. So we're going to move into our morning mindfulness because it's already almost 10:30. Charizard? Is Charizard another one? Is these like the new ones? I only remember by name like the first 160 or whatever. Okay, so as we take a moment to breathe, so take a sip of water. All right. As we take a moment to breathe, close your eyes and imagine you're in a prison cell. All right, just go with me for a second. Imagine that instead of being made from metal, the bars of the cell are made from all the things that hold you back. This could be anything from like doing something you've never done before, to only seeing yourself how other people see you, or even you might have a fear of failing yourself or others. Now, as we move on to the next portion of class, I invite you to take this opportunity to follow Henri's footsteps, and I think it's Henri actually, because he's French. To follow Henri's footsteps and imagine yourself walking out of this cell and not letting these things hold you back anymore. So that's what we're going to try to do today. So we're not going to let anything hold us back, whether it be this sickness that I have or my broken clavicle or whatever it is that you might have, any kind of mental stress you might have, any kind of fears you might have. Oh no, Mason, you might want to hop on a computer or something. Okay, so we're going to start off with some gouache on paper. Okay. Okay, here we go. And ta-da! Okay, so I have our little gouache kit, Winsor Newton, that I just got. It was a gift from one of my animator friends. His name is Joe. And this is a Winsor Newton brand. There we go. This little kit was really nice. It came in a box, and I have all these different colors. So this one is primary red. This is primary blue, probably permanent green middle. We have some ivory black. That's still primary red. Primary yellow, and probably some white. Zinc white, yes. Perfect. Ooh. Dang, that camera's pretty good, honestly. This is my phone that I have hooked up right now. And I have a paintbrush. I'm only going to use one because I only have one good arm, and that's my left arm. So I'm definitely gonna do this with my left arm, I think, just to give my right arm a break. And we're gonna see how this works. Okay, so I also have, this is my college paper palette, and I call it a paper palette, not because it's made of paper, but because it looks like paper. It's actually made out of poly-coated paper. A poly-coated paper for use as disposable paint mixing palette. All right, so it just says right here. Those are the dimensions right there, if you guys want to buy some too. Okay, now this is what it looks like on the inside. You can see this is where this is what happens when you work with oils. The grease is just like, it's almost like a McDonald's bag, or like when you have greasy food and it seeps through. That's what happens. But that's what it's supposed to look like. So I only have a couple pages left, but we only need one. And it's totally falling apart. But that's what I love about art supplies, is when they're really like worn in and you feel like you've used them for a while. Now the reason we use this, and it's stuck down so that you don't do that, but the reason we use this is so that your oils or your paints don't like seep through, because this won't seep through. This is basically wax paper, so you guys can use wax paper if you want, if you don't have this, which I don't think you'll have this on hand. And then what you do is you actually dab a little bit of each of these colors and then this is like your art palette. And except what's cool is that you could take it to go, and when you're done, you just grab this, crumple it up, and throw it away. And it's like a portable palette. I'm going to show you what we did, what Henri Matisse did. No, don't use a McDonald's bag. That's not good. I'm just saying the grease stains on the bottom of a McDonald's bag. That's what it looks like. McDonald's bags won't hold the paint. This will. This is like wax paper that you use for cooking. You can try that too. Now, before we do that, here's some other pictures. So here's Henri Matisse right behind me, and because, like we talked about before, because he was sick, you could see him over there and right up here. He was in a wheelchair, or he was just stuck in bed. And even on the far right, he's stuck in bed with his cat right by his feet. And before all this happened to him, he was actually just a painter. And eventually, because he couldn't paint anymore and hold a brush and stand upright, he had to figure out a different way to draw. And so you see he's drawing on his wall over there, right over there. And he is like looks like a bit of burnt charcoal on the end of a stick, and he's drawing straight on the wall from his bed. And he's got like a nice little table set up. Maybe I should do one of those. That sounds pretty cool. And but yeah, and so basically he just had to adapt to his circumstances that were going on around him, and he didn't let being in a wheelchair or being stuck in bed create like a prison for him where he couldn't do what he loved to do. And he eventually actually said that he loved painting or cutting out these colored pieces of paper because he felt like he was able to cut right into color, as opposed to painting where you have to kind of like mix the colors and you have to paint them and mold the shape like clay almost. He felt like this was like he's carving into marble where it's already there. Yep, he's behind me. Whoa, just kidding. Somebody said something else too that I'm trying to think of. Anyway, jeez. If you see in the top right picture over there, kind of like where it looks like he's pointing at with the stick, that's him with a bunch of pieces of paper that he painted over with gouache. And so he didn't get in trouble for drawing on the wall. I'm assuming that was his apartment, so maybe not. I'm sure his landlord probably didn't love it if he was renting. Let's see. Another workaround to that, as you can see my hand gesturing, and this is kind of what he did for a couple of things, was that he actually hung up pieces of paper on the wall, and he was able to just pin the pieces of paper, glue them onto the wall. But we're going to get to that in a little bit. First things first, let's mix some color. Let me roll up my sleeves. Okay. And I have my just cup of water. And this will be for washing. So this is what you do if you're an artist and you want to paint. Here we go. Oops. There we go. Do a little dab of white. Now, excuse me. I just realized I don't have a rag. Okay. That'll be one thing I will need. I'll figure that out later. Now, with gouache, which is what I'm using right now, gouache is kind of similar to oil paint, where it's like gooey and it's moldable like this. But it's also similar to watercolors, which are usually like cakes, and that means like they're not fluid-like. And they're similar to watercolors because you can really easily water them down, and they kind of can look a lot like watercolors too. But they can also look like acrylics, and what's nice is that they also dry really fast. So they're a nice mix of watercolors, acrylics, and oil. Watercolors, acrylics, and oils. There we go. Is my throat okay? Yeah, and my brain is a little foggy too right now. So just trying to, go with the flow. I know what that is. Cool. drink some. I don't have some Gatorade right now, but I would love some. Maybe if I Postmates it to myself, I could get some by the time this class is over. Ooh, I like that blue a lot. Let's make some more of that blue. That is a really nice blue. Oh, my camera stopped. Hold on a second. 1 second. All right, let's try that. Boom. Okay. Perfect. Okay. With ginger ale too. I love ginger ale. Okay. I have drank some ginger ale actually. Now, also, if you guys are home and you're drawing on your tablet, you can do this on a tablet. You can just mix and use, like, there's a gouache brush on Procreate that you can use, or there's, like, you could really use any brush. Oops, this green might want to slide off. And it's okay for it to be a little messy too. We are artists after all. And what is our mess really? It's like something that we didn't want to go the way we wanted it to, but here I am sitting with COVID and a broken clavicle. So, but now because of that, I got inspired to use these gouaches. And so I think a mess, kind of like Bob Ross said, is more like a happy accident if we let it be. Okay, so I'm going to move these gouaches away. And now, what he does next is he mixes these colors, and then we're going to paint a whole sheet of paper. Green is your favorite color? Ooh, nice. Okay. So I'm going to hold this like an artist, like this. Oh, that's cool. The green screen it's starting to drip. Okay. Okay. Do you guys hear my chair squeaking? Maybe I'll need to get that fixed too. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Here we go. Make the water nice and close to me. Okay. Throw me some of your favorite colors. Let me know what colors you think we should mix first. I found a gouache one. Oh, great. Okay. Oh, that's what I was saying too. If you guys don't have gouache, you can totally use like crayons or markers or colored pencils. Really anything works. All you just have to do is we're going to color a whole sheet. And I'm going to show you how Matisse did it. But you guys can color it however you want. Okay, so first, let's pick a color. I'm going to pick, I like this blue a lot. So I'm going to dip my brush. So I'm trying to show you guys everything. So I dip my brush a little bit in the water. Let's get like a kind of cool, oh, look at that blue. That is fantastic. I don't even think the camera does it justice. You know what would be kind of cool is to do like a little blending of the two. Oh, wow. I think this is why I like art so much. I just like seeing colors. Oh, you got, whoa, okay, gotcha, okay. Green, okay. Red, okay. Blue and red. Damien says Bly. Green second. Blue, I don't like green at all, okay. Well, I have a couple sheets of paper, so we'll do that. Okay. So I have this kind of like blue-green. Let's do that. I'm going to put this guy on the side right here. And with Matisse, as opposed to Eric Carle, Matisse kind of had fairly like flatter colors. And what I mean by flatter was that he didn't have this texture. Oh wow, these colors are so cool. Look at that. He had it all covered in, like there was no white showing. And here I go using my right arm already. I totally forgot. See, this is what happens. How you know you're definitely an artist is when your pain of your body doesn't even stop you from drawing. There we go. And that you don't even realize that using your bad arm. Wow. This looks so cool. Okay. Okay. So we'll do that just because I don't have a great... Check this out. Look at that. What are you going to paint? I don't know yet. We're going to mess around with it. This is what Matisse did. Okay. So I've just checked to make sure it's not seeping through. I'm going to leave this guy over here to dry, I think, somewhere. Okay. We'll just leave it right there to dry. Okay. Next color. So I'm going to clean my already messy water. What next color do we say? Let's see. Red, right? Blue and red. What's Hadassah? What's Bly? Kelp forest. Ooh, that would be kind of cool. I don't know. Okay. Kelp forest would seem very Matisse-esque. Okay. Let's hopefully this is clean enough. You know what? Let me grab a rag. That's what we really need. Okay. Okay. Got a rag. Here we go. Oh, that's good. Look at that. That is very still dirty. That's actually really dirty. That's not going to make the red look good at all. We're going to work with it though. Okay. Because right now we have like 20 minutes left. Okay. So let's mix some red. And we said red and... What are we going to do? Mixing. We are going to discuss... also to answer your question, I feel like I didn't really fully answer it. Oh, you want to do Animal Crossing? Animal Crossing next class? Yeah. Let me write that down. That's a good question. That's a good one. What would you want to do for Animal Crossing? Okay. Let's do some blue and red. Oh, look how cool that looks. Okay. Honestly, guys, I'm okay with going over today if you want. Blue and... Whoa! Check that out. Look at this. Look at that. Like freaking... I mean, stinking fireworks on a page. Okay. Here we go. Wowza. All right. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I don't know if you guys are getting the same thing that I'm getting, but I personally think this is so exciting. Like, look at those colors. Look at this. Look how cool that is. It's wild. All right. And sometimes Matisse would even cross it like this. Over. You guys want to draw more Pokemon? Remember when we did the Pokemon collaborations? We did so many of those. Okay. I'm going to let this guy dry right now. I think that's good. We're going to put these away. And I could draw my guy and you guys draw yours. And if you don't have it, then you can look at guys I could send you. Would you guys want it? The villagers from Animal Crossing. Okay. Would you guys want to do Pokemon again? Villagers. And what are Pokemon? You guys are trolling each other. Well, I already have next class picked out, and it's going to be pretty fun. It's going to be something really weird that we haven't done yet. Villagers and what? Hold on a second. I lost the comment. The villagers. Oh, just the villagers from Animal Crossing. Okay. Should we make ourselves into the villagers, right? Isn't that what you're supposed to do? Okay. Let me put this away. Okay, here we go. How many times am I going to say okay in this class? All right, ready for Sensei Says, everybody? Oh, really quick. And I just found some new pictures. I haven't uploaded them yet, but from me and my karate days. So hopefully by next week, I'm going to include those in. And you guys can see some new young pictures of Teacher Noah as a karate student. These are me as an orange belt. There's my teacher over there. And that's the dojo that I grew up in. So let's do some karate Sensei Says. The rules are simple. It's just like Simon Says. If I say Sensei Says, you do the move. If I don't say Sensei Says, you do not do the move. All right? Here we go. Ready. And Sensei says front kick. Sensei says side kick. Sensei says back kick. Sensei says front kick. Back kick. Sensei says side kick. Sensei says front kick. Sensei says side kick. Back kick. Sensei says front kick. Sensei says front kick. Sensei says front kick. Sensei says side kick. Back kick. All right. Did I get anybody out yet? I feel like that was a little trickier for some reason than what you're used to. All right. Let's do blocks. We're going to add those into the kicks too. Okay. Sensei says cross block. Sensei says middle block. Sensei says rising block. Sensei says down block. Sensei says parry. Oh, if you don't know, rising block, cross block, middle block, down block, parry. And Sensei says front kick. Sensei says middle block. Sensei says side kick, front kick, back kick. Sensei says middle block. Sensei says side kick. Sensei says back kick. Sensei says front kick, back kick, side kick. Anybody out yet? I feel like you guys are typing a lot for people that claim to never get out of Sensei Says. It's almost like you're scared to get out. Is that what's going on? Are you guys scared to play right now? Because you know that I'm going to get you out, and it's going to be even more embarrassing because I'm already sick. Just a thought. Let me know. Are you good? Oh, Isabella's still in. Isabella, yes, we know you're still in. Isabella, you never get out. I'm just teasing, guys. Here we go. You guys are actually rock stars. You guys never get out, except for when you do. Attacks. Ready? Sensei says straight punch. Sensei says spear hand. Sensei says heel palm. Sensei says hammer fist. Sensei says back fist. Sensei says shoot do. Sensei says ridge hand. Sensei says vertical fist. Sensei says... Oh, you are playing Isabella. Sensei says front kick, side kick. Sensei says straight punch, spear hand. Sensei says middle block, back kick. Sensei says hammer fist. Sensei says back fist. Sensei says shuto, ridge hand. Sensei says cross block. Sensei says rising block, down block. Sensei says parry. Sensei says front kick, side kick, back kick. Sensei says straight punch. Sensei says heel palm. Sensei says hammer fist. Sensei says back fist. Sensei says vertical fist. Sensei says straight punch, spear hand. What is Pickman? Pickman. Okay. Pickman. Thank you guys for the suggestions. I'm like, for some reason, I feel like every time I feel like I have enough suggestions, I look, and then it seems like we don't have enough suggestions. So I don't know what that deal is, but yeah. All right. I'm going to look up Pikmin, and I'm going to do some research on Animal Crossing. I think my sister plays it, so she can teach me some cool the insider jokes, you know, the ones that only the true players know. Still in, Isabella. No, look up Animal Crossing videos so you can look up Animal Crossing villagers so we can draw them. Yeah, that's... Oh, you mean not make up our own characters? You just want to straight up draw them? All right, I'm gonna Oh, those are those weird ones with like half animal, like half like they're like animals in overalls and stuff, right? Or something. I don't know. I might be half lucid thoughts right now. Pikmin. Oh my goodness. I still thought you guys were trying to spell Pokemon this whole time. Pikmin. No, I'm just kidding. I know you wouldn't tell me to look up Pokemon. Pikmin. Two eyes. Okay. Next part right here. Oh, we might even finish on time. This is crazy. I don't know how that worked out. Are you guys ready? Grab your scissors, grab your glue sticks, and here we go. Wait, no, I can also send me... Yeah, send me some for sure. Okay. Oh, and Mo, you'll get a kick out of this. These are my glue sticks and scissors that I have, and they just happen to both be like a purplish color instead of just straight up gray. So this is what you need for the next part, okay? Glue sticks, scissors, and then another piece of paper underneath, okay? I remember when we were in second grade, my best friend and I wanted Animal Crossing so badly. When we got it, became so popular again last year. I got 5. Whoa, you were ahead of the curve, Isabella. Very cool. Jet, definitely send me some. All right. So before we get onto that, I just wanted to show you guys one more thing. This was Henri Matisse in his studio. He's right behind me. Look, he looks just like me with my scissors and my paper. Watch. And my glasses and my beard. We're like exactly the same person. And his balding head, perfect. And these are the pictures that he came up with on the right. These guys. I don't think they're yours, Mo. I think I bought them myself. He created all these pictures, these really cool pictures, like these collages, which is where you cut and paste pieces together. And he created them using the colored pieces of paper that he painted. Colored pieces of paper that he painted. Say that 10 times fast. That's way harder than Sally sells seashells at the seashore. And you can see his studio right above. He's also cutting out, and he creates these weird seaweed ones. That's why I was saying the seaweed would be a good idea. That's his assistant with his cat. And they really like the element of them looking like they were glued onto a page or stuck onto a page with pins, because that's how you used to do it. So they created this whole new technique of how they would transport them using like tracing paper over the cutouts so that they can keep everything separate. And they would number them so that they knew exactly what place it would be. And really cool. I think there's on the MoMA website, Museum of Modern Art. Wait a minute, that can't be right. Not the MoMA. If you... MAGA? What is it? No, MoMA. It's the... one of the museum ones. Let me see. Hold on a second. I got it right here. Let's see. But they basically have a great breakdown of how he made these. Yeah, MoMA. Museum of Modern Art. Very cool. Great. Oh, Isabel, I just saw your email with your skeletons. Oh, very cool. Whoa, your turtle is so cool. These look great, Isabella. Very impressed. I can't wait to show them next week. No, then that is a good thought, but MoMA is the one. Yes, MoMA, Museum of Modern Art. And they show you like a little like video of how he would do his stuff. Not of him, unfortunately, but of just like breakdown. So that's what we're gonna do. I learned how to do it last night and this week a little bit, and so we're going to try it out. Okay, so what's really cool is like look how it dried, where it's got these little like dots in it. I feel like if I could figure out how to do that on purpose, maybe it was like too much water or there was a little like salt or something, you could create like a really cool Starry Night kind of thing. Look at that. That's really cool. And then this pink one is really awesome as well. And what I liked about Matisse is that he didn't actually, like, some of them kind of look like scenes, some of them kind of just looked like plants. He made it whatever it was. He wasn't like he said, like in a prison to make it a scene. Yes, I did, Isabel, and we're going to look at those in a little bit too, actually. Okay, so what do you guys think? What kind of shapes? Which one should I cut first? Let's try this guy. And before we glue anything down, we're going to mess around with them and see how they fit on the page. So let's see. Right now I'm just going to try out for a shape that was kind of similar to ones that Teed has. And what's cool too is that you could even use the other side of, I have no idea, I'm going to make this curl around like an octopus tentacle. There we go. Voila. So you could leave this one where it's like the imprint is out, or you can use this part right here. Ta-da! Very cool. And again, Matisse had usually a little bit more flat colors, not this much of a gradient even. This is much more like Eric Carle, who did like the Very Hungry Caterpillar. Definitely was inspired by Matisse. But yeah, definitely guys, try this out. And if you know what I think I want to do, watch this. I'm looking at his picture that he has with the squares. This one, right? With the black squares. And I want to do that, but I think it would be really cool to do that with this gradient. Oh, did I lose connection again? Hold on. Here we go. Watch. I think I remember doing something like this in college where we did some cutouts, which is cool. Okay, watch this. Ready? Okay, this is what we did in college, right? You have these pieces. And then you do this, a little of that. And then, watch this, ready? Okay. See my octopus teacher on Netflix. Never have felt so sad for a cephalopod. I totally did that in college too. Okay. Oh yeah. I started, I forget if I finished it. I wanted to though. Okay. And then what you do is you go like this. Ready? You got a little one. I feel like this is a classic college art activity. This is making me think of like that Beatles song, Octopus's Garden Now, that you said octopus. Oh, that worked out perfectly that I cut the right amount. See? Look at those colors. So cool. Okay, let's do a couple more little like wonky shapes and then we'll glue them down. Oh man, that pink really pops. Okay. This is giving me an idea though too. Check this out. Watch. Wait. Can you guys tell what it looks like now? Almost like a little seahorse. Oh, thanks, Jet. It looks cool. Mason's back. Yay. Okay. I will look at this. This part where it's like weird and creased like that. I'm going to use that part right here. This paper is just so cool to cut now. Look at it. It's like just the texture in it. I don't know. That looks as cute as I thought it was gonna look. Okay, just about done, but we started a little bit late. I feel like we almost need I need like tweezers or something to grab these and stick them out. This part is bugging me. Okay, I'm gonna leave it like that. Let's grab some glue, some purple glue. This glue is actually really cool. Look at glue stick, applies purple, dries clear. And so the idea here, like Eric Carl said, is to just do like a little bit. It's not even that purple, honestly. And then that way it still looks like you can see like the shadow underneath. So you almost don't even want to go all the way to the edge. I think I'm going to change the shape of this eye though. Okay. Ooh, that looks way better. So much cooler. Okay, watch this. That's more the look that I was going for. Those like kind of like weirdo goat eyes. Voila. Okay. And I'll have to glue those sides, those other pieces down later. But check it out. Whoa, I won't mess it up. See? Very cool. Actually, that's another thing I've seen people do in college where they overlap it like that. Like this, watch. As if I'm saying, like, I've seen people do it in college as if I wasn't the one doing it. Kind of little weave stitch like that. Wait, this guy's supposed to go over. Yeah, I like how that looks. Definitely going to keep on going with that one. Before we finish up, though, I did want to... if you guys want to share any of the art that you just made today, the little things. Yeah. Little thing. Oh no, it's doing the thing where I can't see the text anymore. Blah, 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 blah. Starting my Arctic February prompt list on Monday morning. Each drawing will be posted on my Redbubble page. Oh, very cool. Why it still does not work. Jet, I don't know what's going on with you today. I'm just glad that my Wi-Fi's still working today too, though. Isabel, I'm gonna have to follow your Redbubble if you're gonna be posting your stuff there. Bella, I'm writing a note right now on my post-it notes. I got Pikmin, Animal Crossing class with villagers, and Redbubble for Isabella. Okay, cool. Yes. Blah, blah, blah. Tag me Instagram, email me, you know, all that stuff. Easy peasy. Challenge of the day. Create a collage out of your favorite colors and designs you find in a magazine. So instead of creating your own colors on a page, just grab them from a magazine and rip them out, as long as it's your magazine, or you know the person who owns it doesn't care. And then try to create a collage like that. Now, our star student for today is Isabella. Very nice job, Isabella. Look at this amazing picture Isabella drew. It's really cool. This is called a Meet the Artist challenge, where you draw yourself and then you can draw the things that are in your bag. You could draw the things you like, the things that you don't like, and it's just a really cool way for people to get to know you a little bit better, and for you to kind of make like a timestamp instead of like a journal instead of like a journal entry almost of where you're at and what you like. You could just do like an overall kind of sweeping picture, and if you do this like every year or every couple of years, it could be kind of fun. Let's see, anything. Tea, what kind of tea do you like to drink, Isabella? You're a Ravenclaw. I'm a Ravenclaw too. Nice. Is orca just your favorite animal, or is that like your, or wait, is that your not Horcrux? God, no. Is that your Patronus? That's what I was thinking. Okay. Also, Isabella sent me this other picture too, right here, and she said it was called "The Earth is Melting," I believe. Or no, "The Earth is on Fire." That's what it was. But it's interesting. It's an interesting picture. I love all the symbolism in this. I'm just trying to make sure that I said that right. The world is on fire. That's what it's called. Yeah. All teas are your favorite. Okay, very nice. Very nice. And Isabel, do you want to tell us in the chat a little bit more about this guy? I love the symbolism here. It's interesting because the earth is on fire, but it is a little bit melting a little bit. But that happens when things are on fire, and the fire is white, which is really cool too. Any thoughts you want to comment below? And I just wanted to go back to this guy really quick. Oops, this guy. And I love your backpack too. That was a really cool design. It looks like almost like a neon green, like an ocean green, but with like a leopard print or something. And are those pins on your jacket? I have a jacket with pins too. Very cool. What are your pins of? Is what I would want to ask. My friend, she worked on Adventure Time. She gave me an Adventure Time pin of like the pink princess character. Really cool. Because yeah, I don't really even watch it, but she did. I mean, she worked on it. Anyway, remember to thumbs up and subscribe. You guys can donate with the link below. Comment below what other topics you'd like to draw, which you guys have been doing already. Thank you for that. And send your drawings to noahfontana@gmail.com. And next week we're going to be dreaming like Vincent van Gogh. And this is inspired partially because we're getting into like some of the fine artists. Oh, the pins are from Avatar. Very cool. Could draw. 2020 is a year that we can draw burning too. Yeah. I think there were some good things in 2020. Like, it wasn't all bad. I think it's just fun to hate on it, you know? I think we would have liked to cancel culture 2020 if we could have, just because that was trending. But I don't even really love the cancel culture thing anyway. I feel like it's not helpful to the person that you're trying to cancel. And I think we should always try to be helpful. Yeah, next week, dreaming like Vincent van Gogh. We're going to be drawing our dreams. And so make sure you get some good rest this week. Have some crazy dreams. And try to write them down. I've been doing this recently. It's been a lot of fun. And that's also where Vincent van Gogh got inspired. Vincent got inspired to do a lot of his work. So I'll see you guys out next week. And be well. Stay healthy. And I'll try to get better too. Thanks for all the love, guys. Bye.